WCBI News at 10 starts now.
The Mississippi State Department of Health reports 672 new cases of COVID-19 with 10 new deaths. There are 171 active outbreaks among the long-term care facilities, and since March 11th, there have been more than 60,000 confirmed cases with more than 1,700 deaths. It's presumed that more than 35,000 Mississippians have recovered from the virus. Well, school is almost back in session, but COVID-19 has meant job loss for some families, and that leaves many parents on a tight budget. Our Savannah Gato, that is, talked with teachers who are using their resources to help students prepare for a successful school year. Take a look.
It's quite sad when you have a student that wants to come to school, that wants to learn, but they don't have all the tools necessary.
Because of the coronavirus, some parents are not able to buy school supplies for their children. So, teachers Letha Jones and Latasha Payne have teamed up to give away supplies to those in need.
I think it's going to make for a great school year for them to have their own supplies, especially during this COVID season.
Each gift bag includes
markers, we have notebooks, folders, crayons, pencils, and glue.
With book bags as well. But they're not done just yet. After the first 2 weeks of school, if one of their students needs supplies, these educators will pay out of pocket for those needed items.
As a teacher, I'm happy to be able to give back to my students because I love all of my students very much, and I'm just happy to be able to help out my community because they have been so helpful to me. The students' parents, they can feel more at ease because they don't necessarily have to worry about where am I going to get the money to get, backpack and supplies. It's not a whole lot, but at least it's a start, and it's what they need for right now.
Reporting in Aberdeen, Savannah Gato, WCBI News.
Aberdeen School District plans to push the first day of school back from August 6th to August 24th to prepare for the upcoming year. Well, parents and children are ready to be back in school and adapt to the new normal. To get everyone excited for the upcoming year, the Junior Women's League of Monroe County held a unique school supply drive-by today, including candy, school supplies, and balloons. President of the organization, Jessica Gray, says she's a bit nervous to see how the beginning of school will go, but trusts the school district's decisions.
I think with everything still changing, things are changing every day. I think my children are as safe as we could possibly make them, and we want to make them feel safe in whatever environment that they're in. So they're excited to go back, and I feel like they're well protected by our school districts and the people that are in charge of those roles.
Handmade face masks were given away at the drive-by as well.
A really nice Sunday night shaping up across the region right now. The clouds have moved out and the temperatures are falling now that the sun has set. We're 75 in Columbus, 76 right now in Tupelo, 72 in Houston, 71 degrees right now in Winona. Overnight tonight, I think we stay mostly clear, maybe a few high passing clouds. Temperatures once again falling into the 60s, which of an important note, we did not fall below 70 for the entire month of July. So it's been a while since we've seen temperatures this cool. Overall, a pretty calm and quiet night with a very light wind. Tomorrow, as you're waking up and headed out the door, another great start to the day. Mostly sunny skies, 71, very light winds out there by 7 a.m. By the afternoon tomorrow, maybe an isolated pop-up storm. We'll say a 30% chance. Generally, though, for the remainder of the week, we're going to have a cold front come through and kind of clear us out. Humidity falls. Rain chances also fall, but unfortunately, it doesn't last too long. Rain chances bump back up and humidity returns by next weekend. But hey, we'll enjoy the nice weather while we've got it. Really a pretty good 7-day forecast coming up for you. I've got those details in just a bit. Cash.
All right, thanks, Trevor. Well, the East Coast is experiencing one of the first powerful storms of the season as the nation grapples with the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's the latest from Riviera Beach, Florida.
Isaias sent waves crashing into the shore and spraying homes on Jupiter Island about 90 miles north of Miami. The powerful surf is already causing beach erosion in the Palm Beach area. Up and down much of Florida's east coast, strong winds are an issue, rocking palm trees back and forth, testing their endurance. Power crews were dispatched early to get ahead of the storm. Residents are relieved they avoided a direct hit.
But this one kind of stopped, hung a right, and basically it seems like it's offshore. So it was pretty much a non-event.
The storm is battering Florida as it's facing a surge of coronavirus cases. The state is now second behind California in total cases, with more than 7,000 new infections reported Sunday. Tonight, Isaias is expected to continue to scrape up the east coast of Florida before reaching the Carolinas tomorrow and possibly bringing substantial rain amounts over much of the eastern seaboard into the new week.
Our state has weathered more than our fair share of storms in recent years, but this time we're going to have to do it with a mask on. Helping your neighbors and loved ones.
Isaias left behind significant damage in the Caribbean, flooding streets in Turks and Caicos, toppling trees in the Bahamas, and hammering Puerto Rico and parts of the Dominican Republic. Thousands are left without electricity. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Riviera Beach, Florida.
Well, 2 people have died in the Dominican Republic. Back here locally, 1 person is dead following a Friday night wreck in Calhoun County. Sergeant Derek Beckham with the Mississippi Highway Patrol says 53-year-old Otis McGregor of Oxford was driving north on Highway 9 when his car ran off the side of the road. McGregor tried to recover but overcorrected and crossed the highway, then hit a tree. The Oxford man was pronounced dead at the scene. After the break, we're overdue for a brand new Weather Wise. Trevor is going to point it out to us next. See what I did there? You don't want to miss it.
WCBI News at 10 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
Welcome back, everyone. When COVID put a damper on his plans, a Greenfield, Indiana senior turned his high school graduation party into a fundraising effort to help kids learn how to read, and the results, unlike any donation the organization has seen from a kid his age. Take a look.
I think I can, I think I can, I think I can.
Chug, chug, chug.
This is Nolan Heminger Jones, the little engine that could.
Let us ask him to help us.
To find a way to tell those who say,
I cannot, I cannot, I cannot.
That they can read.
I graduated this year, 2020.
Only he didn't have a fairy tale ending.
Never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd ever have to take my classes at home on an iPad in my pajamas.
As for his graduation party,
that plan did not happen.
At least as he expected it to.
If I can't be with people, why not have, leave a legacy as my party to give back to the community?
He discovered the program Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
What does the matter, my friend, she asked kindly.
Turning his party into fundraising efforts for their children.
Every month, they get a book until they turn 5 years old.
The Hancock County Community Foundation adopted the program in 2015.
We are in charge of raising the funds so that the program stays free to kids and children in our community.
And every kind of things boys or girls could want.
The first book that they get is actually the one that Nolan read to you all.
I think I can. I think I can.
In 2018, the foundation says 43% of Hancock County kindergartners were below readiness standards.
I really hope that this instills in them that reading is important still.
His efforts raised $2,500.
It's between 80 to 85 kids that will get a book. It has the child's address on it and it has their name.
That's the perfect plot twist.
The end.
In Greenfield, I'm Mike Sullivan, Fox 59 News.
Well, Nolan will be heading to college next year, and the Imagination Library actually has 3 affiliates here in the Golden Triangle. For more information on that, you can visit our website for more details. Well, summertime in Mississippi and Alabama means a few things: sweet tea, trips to the lake or beach, and all of that humid air. But have you ever wondered how meteorologists measure the amount of moisture in the air and why it matters to you? Well, meteorologist Trevor Burchett shows us in this week's Weather Wise.
Living near the Gulf Coast, we get our fair share of moist and humid air in Mississippi and Alabama. Now, there's actually a few different ways to measure how much moisture is in the air, but many meteorologists have come to an agreement that the dew point value is the easiest to understand for you at home. Now, the official sciencey definition of dew point is the temperature that the air would have to be to reach the point of saturation. Saturation is the point at which water vapor condenses into liquid water. So basically, if the dew point and the air temperature are the same, saturation is occurring and water vapor is becoming liquid water. Often this means it's either foggy or rainy. Now you're probably still thinking, how does any of this affect my day-to-day life? Well, for you, the dew point is actually a great measure of how humid or muggy the air is. A dew point number below 50 means the air is very dry. You may notice some extra static electricity or even chapped lips. Anything from 50 to 60 is fairly comfortable. 60 to 65 is a little bit humid but still tolerable. But once the number climbs over 65, the air becomes noticeably more humid. If the dew point's over 70, well, get ready for some major humidity. Now, dew point actually plays a role in how the heat index value is determined, because the higher the dew point, the more moisture is in the air and the muggier it feels. Now, that may still be a little complicated for you, so to make it easier to understand here at WCBI, we give you the dew point forecast with our comfort index, so you can easily see how muggy the air is going to be for that day. But the bottom line to remember about dew point is that it's a simple way to measure the moisture content in the air. The higher the dew point value, especially if it's over 65 or 70, means there's more moist air around and the air will feel a lot muggier. Now, keep sending us your weather questions. We'd love to answer them. You can find us at our email address, weather@wcbi.com, also on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, I'm meteorologist Trevor Burchett.
WeatherWise is brought to you by 4 County Electric Power Association.
Not too often we have 2 cold fronts here in the south and east in the summertime, but hey, we've actually got them right here. Take a look at this. We had 1 cold front pass through earlier today. That helped to limit some of the shower activity down to the south and the east, and we actually have another one just off to our west, and that's going to bring things in here tomorrow, maybe increasing some chances for pop-up storms. Generally, though, after that passes through, we're in for a really nice stretch of weather. I've got a full look at that AccuWeather 7-day forecast coming up for you in just a little bit. Let's take a live look outside right now from the Alpha Insurance Camera Network. This is right on top of WCBI, looking off to the north and west in downtown Columbus. A mostly clear sky out there, 73 degrees, a calm wind, and lower humidity thanks to that first cold front. So a really nice night. You might have noticed the lower humidity if you stepped outside earlier today. That continues there, not quite as hot or humid. Also, a plus from the cold front, not as many rain chances to deal with here over the next several days. We do see plenty of sunshine also, so really perfect weather here, especially for August when we're normally dealing with all that heat and humidity around here. We're also, of course, keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Isaias off to the east, just to the east of Florida right now. Here's the latest on that. Winds are now 70 miles an hour, which is just shy of hurricane strength. But you can see it basically right to the east of Cape Canaveral. Most of the storm has stayed offshore, so that's some good news. Still some wind and rain on the east coast of Florida, but we do think it's going to continue to move off to the north, eventually to the north and east, and could impact the Carolinas here tomorrow night into early Tuesday. And of course, with the storm surge issue still a concern, we're going to have to watch that all the way up the east coast. Fortunately, though, no impacts expected locally here from Isaias. Overnight tonight, we stay mostly clear to partly cloudy. Temperatures down into the mid and upper 60s, 67 for the low tonight in Columbus. Tomorrow, we're going to hit 91 for the high, so a little bit warmer than we were today, a pretty warm afternoon. And again, as I mentioned, the chance for some pop-up showers and storms. Tomorrow morning, though, I think we wake up dry and mostly sunny. Temperatures in the 70s. That cold front approaches there through the day. I think by lunchtime or so, that's when we could see a few showers and storms pop up. And we'll leave the chance in for a downpour or two until about 7 or 8 o'clock as this thing works its way through the area. Really, most folks not going to see rain, and by Monday evening, that thing should be on out of here. The big plus, though, from this cold front, we're not going to see a huge dip in the temperatures. We're still going to be in the 80s, close to 90. But the humidity is going to be a lot lower. And as you just heard me say in WeatherWise a little bit ago, when you see those dew point values down into the 50s and 60s, we're dealing with really comfortable air. So even though it's going to be hot, it's not going to be as humid. So it's going to be almost comfortable Wednesday through Friday. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. The humidity and temperatures do rise as we go in through the weekend. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast. Again, a 30% chance for storms tomorrow as that front passes through. Not everybody sees rainfall, though. Maybe an isolated storm on Tuesday. I'm not totally sold on that, though. Guaranteed dry weather for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Humidity also staying pretty low, making things feel really nice. But, Cash, as I mentioned, unfortunately, the heat and humidity returns for the weekend. So not quite fall yet. We've got like 50 days to go, but a little sampler here for the cooler and more comfortable temperatures to come.
Definitely not ready for humidity. I think that's my least favorite.
It is the worst. I think we can deal with the heat. It's just the humidity.
Exactly. That's what everybody says.
Absolutely.
But we got to talk about the full moon for a minute. Okay. So it's tomorrow, and I was reading that the full moon can actually affect the storm surge for the tropical storm, right?
Yeah. So you did your research. You could be a meteorologist.
Quasi research.
Yeah. So the moon phases actually affect the tide. So when we're in a full moon, we get a higher tide.
Okay.
That combined with the storm brushing in all those waves could lead to some flooding issues along the East Coast.
Gosh, I think I should do weather-wise from now on.
Go for it.
Maybe so. Okay. All right. Thank you, Trevor. Well, Mom to Mom is next with some new ways to help you be stressed. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us right after this. Well, welcome back, everybody. Life can be stressful, and it's important to find ways to decompress and de-stress. Today on Mom to Mom, some helpful tips for the whole family. Take a look.
Does your tween or teen seem stressed out? Today on Mom to Mom, we've got 3 ways to help them out. Stress, depression, anxiety seem to be at an all-time high with tweens and teens. My friend, who is a teen therapist, kind of gave me these 3 tips to help me out with my kids, and I've seen such a big difference in them. First up is meditation. There's 2 games that we play for meditation. The first one is the 4-4-4 game. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then you repeat that. The next game is the candle game. So basically, you light a candle, you let the child blow it out. Then you relight the candle, have them take a step back, and then you blow it out again. So you kind of just keep repeating that to see how far back they get with blowing out the candle. Second up is yoga. Yoga is a wonderful activity to do with your kids to help everyone relax. I don't really need to tell you what kind of yoga poses to do. You can always go to gonoodle.com and find some really great ones there. Lastly, we have journaling. This definitely helps the child to slow down and put those thoughts that are just running around in their mind on paper to kind of help get it out. These 3 techniques have definitely helped with my teens, and hopefully they'll work for yours. I'd love for you to give them a try, or if you have some suggestions yourself that's worked for your family, feel free to hit us up on our Facebook page. And as always, moms, we'll see you on the next Mom to Mom.
Sports with Chris Bolton. WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour is brought to you by Itawamba Community College, Cannon Ford of Starkville, Monroe County Farm Bureau, Max South Broadband, and the Bank of Vernon.
We're never going to be the fastest. We're never going to be the biggest. We may not be the strongest, but I know the 11 kids that step on the field with the EW on their helmet every Friday night, they're going to give us in the community everything that they have for 48 minutes.
That's what East Webster football is all about. Wolverines carried that mentality into 2020 as they return from an 11-win season. Despite last year's success, head coach Ron Price and his squad aren't satisfied.
There were several things that we did not accomplish. We did not win the division title. We did not win the North Half Championship game, and we did not play for a state championship. Those are goals that are very achievable for this group of kids. Are you willing to put forth the work to get to where we want to be?
On practice, we get out there and we know that we got to work every day. So we'll go out there, we'll strap it up, we'll work and work and work and push each other. Not only push ourselves, we got to push our teammates to get better too.
The Wolverines are replacing 3 offensive linemen from their dominant rushing attack, but feel confident in the guys stepping up.
Up to this point, they've done everything that we've asked, and once we get the pads on and start finding out who can get the job done, when the bullets start firing, that'll tell us a whole lot about who will secure those 3 spots for our offensive line.
East Webster should have a dynamic offense with starting running back Tyreek Pittman and quarterback Stephen Betts returning. Betts' development as a passer will be key for the Wolverines.
Stephen's going to have a big target on his back coming into this season. A lot of folks last year really didn't know who he was. This year, there's no doubt who Stephen Betts is, and he does a tremendous job of running the football. We've got to develop our passing game so that we put more pressure on the defense every Friday night.
Just out here, throw 7-on-7, get better at throwing, because everybody knows what I can do running the ball. We just need to work on passing.
I think our guys have a great relationship with him. We all try to stay as a brotherhood. And with him coming back it should mean a lot to the team.
The team is making sure everyone is locked in and giving it their all so that they can continue to improve.
We try to hold each other accountable. The coaches stay on us about holding each other accountable. And we're trying to all stay leaders. We don't want just one leader. We want the whole team to be example and leaders.
This group of seniors, we just want to be better, and the whole team wants to be better than what we were last year, and maybe look forward to winning a state title.
East Webster starts the season at Vardaman September 4th. With the Wolverines on the high school football tour, Chris Bolton, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Sports 2020 High School Football Tour with East Webster High School is brought to you by Bank of Kilmichael, Bank of Mantee, CB&S Bank of Eupora, Meek Insurance Agency, and State Farm Agent Bert Parrish.
A few storms possible on Monday. Generally, the rest of the week looking dry, a lot more comfortable, less humid. Unfortunately, though, next weekend heat and humidity returns with highs back in the mid-90s.
All right, thanks, Trevor. Thank you guys for watching. And from all of us here at WCBI News, good night.